I'm Bruce Pearson and I play organ with Garage Voice, and today I'm here at McIntyre Organ and Keyboard Repair.
And I'm Chuck McIntyre, the owner of McIntyre Organ and Keyboard Repair. We have another guy who's going to be here in a minute talking about a lot of details. His name is Norm Yonkman. He'll introduce himself, but he actually does most of the work around here these days.
So Chuck, tell me about McIntyre Organ and Keyboard Repair. When did you start it?
Okay, it started out as McIntyre Organ Service, and that started out on the 2nd of January in 1962. And I started it because I needed more money. At that time I worked for the University of Washington in the medical instrument facility, and they pay stuff there, but I needed more than that. I had kids growing up. So I had worked for years before that at Balcom and Vaughan. That's a pipe organ electronic outfit, and I still knew how to do the stuff. So people called me wanting me to repair, so I started.
You just repair out from your house then?
Yeah, I had one of these bug Volkswagens, you know. Jammed it all in there and ran around town, you know. It was a lot of fun.
That's great. That's awesome.
And then it went to McIntyre Organ and Keyboard Repair, probably kind of in the late 70s, whatever that transition was. They started coming out with keyboards. We had organs mostly for many, many years, and then we went to keyboards, and we changed the name to McIntyre Organ and Keyboard Repair.
Tell me about why you decided to include keyboard in your service.
Oh yeah, there's a bit of humor involved with that, because I listened to these keyboards that were coming out, and I had always heard, you know, organs, even pipe organs, and my ear was kind of in tune with an analog sound, and it sounded good.
Right.
And the keyboards that I heard come in were digital devices, and they didn't sound good. And I didn't think people would buy them, and so why should I prepare to repair something that they weren't going to buy? See, so
that makes sense.
But then an event came along where a guy came in one day, and he had a Hammond organ. I think it was a M3, but he was a musician, carted it around. It was very heavy, and he bought this keyboard. And he wanted to know if I could jazz it up some. He said, it just doesn't have any life. And I explained to him why it didn't have any life, and that it'd have to start over again and become something else than what he had. But why did you, I didn't know what was going on. Why did you change? He said, because the Hammond organ was too heavy to carry around, you know. It was a pretty good idea. So anyway, I dealt with him, and then I noticed around that time that my opinion about the keyboards were not the same as musicians' opinions about the keyboard, and I'm really not a keyboard type person anyway. I play as a sousaphone. Oh. And so I decided if they're going to buy them, I'm going to repair them, and that's how it started. That's how that was added on. You know?
You realized there was actually more of a need for it than you first thought.
Yeah, other people had better ideas than I did, apparently.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think I agree with you when it comes to the analog versus digital.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have a good ear.
I imagine that your customers who come here vary from church organists to jazz guys, from rock musicians. Mm-hmm. Would you tell me a bit about the variety of musicians you get here?
The ones I have, you've pretty well described them. They come in with a variety of hairdos and appetites for music, and as long as they want their keyboard fixed, we like them.
Yeah. That's right.
They're people, we like them anyway.
Well, question of advice. I am heading out on tour with my band, and we're going to be hauling my organ and the Leslie around. Any words of wisdom on taking an organ on the road for the first time?
Well, those end dollies, do you have end dollies?
Yes.
Okay, that's the main issue right there, having those end dollies. That's all I can think of.
Appreciate it.
Play away.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much. I appreciate this.
You bet.